there. Okay, now I'm up there. I'm bored. So I was sitting here starting to color. So I said, I'm just going to go live because maybe somebody else wants to color. So let me post this so Kim and them can see it. Is that where I put it? Did I put it? Yeah, that's where I put it, I think. Did I? I swear. Yeah, I did. Let me do it again just in case, because I don't know. I might have been inhaling too many fumes today. I've been cleaning. 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 Yeah, tons of things I have to do. And it's like picking, well, which one we're going to do today? And I really have to make sure that I don't like overdo it because there's so much to do that I have to make sure I rest. I did watch a couple movies today. I watched this one African movie called, what was it called? Suddenly Something. And it was a fictional um story that is about something that really took place, like an event in Kenya in 2007 when there was somebody was voted in that people didn't want as a leader. I don't know if it was, I think it was a president, and some rebel group or opposition group hired young boys or kind of had hyped up young men to go around and like, kill and destroy the property of people that were, I guess, for that other person or that represented the tribe or whatever that person came from. And it was like the movie was subtitled a little bit, but they also they speak kind of like a combination of their own language and English. So some parts would be, the subtitles were there for like when they finished the sentence in, their language or whatever. So yeah, it was a good movie. It was funny because like I was searching for something specific, and it wasn't what it was described as, but it was a good movie, so I just kept watching. It was really good. Let me see, where did I watch it? I watched it here. I'm gonna look at my history and then give the name of it. And I watched it on. It was on a streaming service called Plex. Plex. Let me see. It should be in my list here somewhere. Oh, I gotta look at my big history. My big history. Seems like it should be here. Oh my gosh, history is like really incredible. I don't think it would stand out though because it was a movie. And I've never been to that site before. Let's see. Plex. Not that one. Where is it? Oh, okay. Here it is. It was called, I think, okay, Something Necessary. That's what it was called. The movie came out in 2013. It was a good movie. It was really good. Um, so I recommend it. And I thought it was kind of interesting because, well, not just because, it's something I didn't know about and based on a actual historical event that was fairly recent, but I know that in some people's chat, kind of jokingly, I will post the statement hashtag not ready for reparations. But I'm actually kind of serious. I'm being kind of facetious when I say that. That in this movie, the people that were being attacked were the people that were part of the business class. Like they owned property, they ran, stores, barbershops, things like that that people need every day. And of course, because of that, they have, some money, right? But, they start these things up like, from the ground and have develop certain skills and whatever. And so that's what happens when you apply yourself to something, it grows. And they were also supplying services to their community. They weren't holding it over their heads or anything. At least that's not how it looked in the movie. And yet those were the places that um, whoever the opposition was had hired young men to like destroy those businesses. And it just reminded me of how like a lot of times when we as African Americans we get mad about something that happens in our community, a certain segment of our community will go out and burn up the businesses, loot, riot, etc. And whether those businesses are owned by African Americans or not, they're supplying services to African Americans. And it's just kind of not the smart way to go. And so when I think of like if that's our reaction when um when we're when something either traumatic happens or someone is murdered by the police or something like that, or some laws passed we don't like or whatever. If that's our reaction to it, we're not going to get anywhere. And if we react that way to businesses and communities that are predominantly African American, and we receive reparations, if that goes through, it seems like it would happen state by state because I know California is working on it. I live in New York State, and usually, like, if California starts something, New York State usually tries to do the same. They kind of follow. I think it's kind of like that blue state. I don't know, maybe not, but blue state mentality or something. But we kind of have that. That kind of seems to happen. But what I see happening if we are still in this kind of state of mind, like, you know, that if we're not in the state of mind of building our community ourselves and recognizing that person, okay, that person that owns that business over there that we don't like because they don't like when we come in their store, and that owner is African American, okay, and we feel like they owe us something in this because, well, we're black too. I'm coming to your shop, not the shop that the Koreans run, because I'm thinking you're going to give me something extra because I'm black too. It doesn't work that way. Commerce is commerce. And it's like, you can't run a business by, giving away like that. I do think that businesses should, you know, do other things for the community, but people also have to understand that things cost, they cost something. So for the other people who don't own businesses, what are you giving? What are you giving? Because everything that is wealth is not necessarily money. Knowledge is wealth. How much are you working towards having kids in your community stay in school, do well in elementary school, do well in middle school, do well in high school? How much are you giving of whatever you're talented in and what you know to the people in your community? Because wealth is more than money. And you move up, when we move up as a people by valuing our people. And right now we see our young men in some areas just killing each other off over stupid shit. I know I don't even need to say that because people know that, but um, the consequences of that, we're going to feel that for a while. We're going to feel that for a long while. And it really has to stop. And we have to stop looking at everything as being somebody else's problem to solve. It's not somebody else's problem to solve. It's our problem to solve. We can have help from outsiders, quote unquote outsiders, but there are some things that only we know, that only we can get the solution to, because only we know the full solution. You have an outsider come in and try and solve your problem, they don't even really know the entirety of the problem unless we tell them, unless we've thought about it, unless we've listened to each other within the community. So usually then problems will wind up being solved half-assed. They won't be solved. Somebody brings something and then it doesn't work, and then people in the community say, oh yeah, we knew that wouldn't work. Well, of course it wouldn't work. We need to do it ourselves. We need to do it ourselves. We need to take the time to listen to each other. We need to take the time to realize all African Americans are not the same. We're not the same individual. We have things that we share, but we also have differences. And we have to not be so, I don't know, we have to recognize that we are not a monolith, but yet we are a people. We have to understand what that means. I don't know. It gets, yeah, so we're not ready for reparations, and we got to get our shit together, because I think it's needed. Reparations are needed not just for us, for us to receive them, but I think that the givers need it. I think that this nation needs a serious moment. And I can't believe I'm talking about this now. I usually don't. I don't know, but anyway, I guess it must be time or something. I don't know, but I think this nation needs a serious process, kind of some kind of process that really is contemplative and is both involves action and really things that cause us to contemplate it. They need a serious process of repentance. Not there, I just said it. Because the roots of how this nation started go way, way deep. And you can't put a band-aid over it. That's why things don't really, that's why racism doesn't go away. That's why, I don't know, so many things just pop up. That's why both the church of the dominant culture and the African American churches are so fucked up. I haven't gone to church for a long time, even though I've been a Christian since I was 15, and not a lackadaisical one, a really like serious, baptized in the Holy Ghost and all that kind of stuff, speaking in tongues and all that jazz, read the Bible, all that stuff, since I was 15. And my faith is based in experience, not in what somebody told me. And I won't go to church because I don't want to be corrupted. Plain and simple. I won't go to church because I don't want to be corrupted. It's more like a club than it is anything. Corporate gatherings are kind of like a joke. They're not meant to be, but like how they are in our society is a big fucking joke. And God doesn't mind that, I swear, because like that's how I talk. It's just a word. And I am not cursing somebody dead or anything. It's not that kind of cursing. It's colorful language. I know when to use it and when not to use it. So I can't believe I'm doing this, and I can't believe I'm going live again 2 days in a row. And I can't believe I went that live for that long yesterday, but I must be getting used to this talking and coloring thing. So I'm just gonna keep doing it. And I don't care who listens because I'm not on here for numbers. I don't even know why I'm on here, but I'm coloring it. I forgot to say what I was coloring in. I am coloring in this Nightfall by Maria Troll. There's something special I want to do in here. Let's see, what page is this in the book? Let me say that first. This page, I got the page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Page 8. And I like this page because it has, I think these are, actually they look like peonies to me, but I think they're zinnias because of the way the stems are, maybe. I don't know. And then this looks like Rudbeckia. And it's so funny that like I know these names. 20 years ago, I did not know all the names of all these flowers. I didn't. And this is Delphinium, the flower that the perennial I think it's a short-lived perennial that evaded me for about 10 years. I tried starting it from seed, doing winter sowing. I think I did it like the first or second year that I started winter sowing. And it just would not germinate for me. And everybody was saying how easy it was and everything. And it's like, it just would not germinate for me. And one year, all of a sudden, it did. And I was praying, well, I hope it lives. I hope it lives. And it did. It did. And it's really pretty. I wish I had more of them. There was like only just one flower or whatever. But I would love to have more. If I get back into gardening hardcore like that again, I'm probably gonna sow more and try again. They come in different colors, blue. They actually, and the ones that I have, they're actually a real blue. That was one thing that was really shocking. It really did come out blue. It's hard to get blue flowers. There's not many, and when you get them, a lot of times they'll look purple instead of blue because of various reasons. But yeah, it's actually blue, and it has like a little yellow in the center along with the white. Really pretty. Yeah, I do love flowers. I love flowers, and I love seeing like the bees, and all the critters that come out of them, like the bees, the hummingbirds, the butterflies. There was 1 year I had this plant called bronze fennel, and it smells so good. It smells like licorice, and I planted it because they said that butterflies like it and like that the caterpillars eat it. Hey Kim, how you doing? Thank you. They're saying that butterflies like it and that they, would lay their eggs on it and stuff. Well, one year I counted, I don't even know how many. I think I counted 5, but I think there were actually more um monarch caterpillars that were on that that plant. It was so cool to see them on there and to see them getting bigger every day. And I don't know what happened. I don't know where they did their cocoon because I couldn't find it. I kept looking because once I didn't see the caterpillars anymore, I knew they must have gone to cocoon stage, but I couldn't find where they had them. So I was just praying, well, I hope the birds didn't get them or anything. But I think they just, they did it, and I just wasn't looking good enough for them. But it just made me feel good. It's like, oh, I'm doing something for nature, even though like we run over things every day and whatever, kill them with pesticides and all the other kind of stuff. At least I was helping to like, bring some more into the world. So that is one thing that I miss about gardening is being able to like keep up on those plants. Oh, you got a cold? Yeah, a lot of people are sick. I was feeling sick earlier this week, and I immediately like as like, did I eat yet? Did I eat yet? And then as soon as I ate, I took these. I took 2 of these, and I don't even know. I think you're only supposed to take one, but I took 2. I said I don't care. I'm knocking this thing out. I took 2 of these. I took vitamin D. Then a little bit later, I started chewing on like 1,000 whatever what is it, 1,000, I don't know. I started chewing on these 2 of these because I was like, nope, 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 nope. And then I started drinking more water because it's like I do not want to be sick. I do not want to be sick. And so far, actually, I just have like, I don't know, my nose is running, and I'm like, why is my nose running like that? I'm always stopped up, so it was weird for my nose to be running. But that's it. I mean, I haven't felt bad or anything. So I'm hoping I knocked it out, I need to like, be taking that every day just to make sure it stays knocked out because there's all kinds of stuff going around up here. Um, and COVID, some other weird thing, I don't know, and RSV, and uh, I have both my flu shot and my COVID shot. I was talking to Blue Skies. We were talking about that yesterday in my live. We both got those, both at the same time, and we both had the same reaction. My arm, I've never had my arm swell up like that before for a flu shot or COVID. And I had like a lump that was like this big. This big? How can I show that? This big on my arm, and it was bright red. And I'm like dark skinned, so it's like bright red. It's like, this is weird. I mean, I'm not dark, but like I'm dark enough where like, if something's red on me, something's really going on because, it doesn't really show like that on my skin, and it was itchy. Oh, that was the annoying part, the itch. Although it was kind of, and it was tight, and it was just such a big lump that I can't even describe how it felt because it was just like this big lump that was kind of just, I don't know, kind of burning and kind of just felt thick on my and heavy on my um upper arm. This is so weird, but it didn't last that long. It lasted like, maybe a week or so, and then it went away. But I just figured, okay, well, the vaccine is vaccining, so I guess that's a good sign. Yeah, I have a tendency to get mine like the end of September, early October, just because where I work, I don't know, they be getting like all kinds of stuff. And I gotta like, yeah, I nip it in the bud, and I'm like, nope, getting it now, getting it now. So just kind of, it's my habit now. So what else did I have to get? Oh no, that was the last time. I had to have a, um, oh yeah, it was like last December or last September. I actually got it. It was a tetanus shot. No, I did get it in December. I went back for my tetanus booster, but she's doing good. Yeah, she said that the first 36 hours before she knew she had it was the worst. So she's resting now, just chilling out. She was gonna come up, but she's like, you know what? I'm all tucked in. I'm just gonna, you know, chill. So I was like, okay. Just thought I'd come. I don't know. I just felt like coming on, and then I thought, well, if she wanted to color, come up and color, but didn't want to be pinned down to being on her own page, that she could come up here. And then I decided, you know what? I'm just going live regardless. I'm just going to go live, which is, I don't know, kind of unusual for me. Kind of. So I started watching another movie that was supposed to be a film noir, and it was called Whispering Night. Um, of course, film noir, like from the 40s or whatever. But it was more like a female detective movie or something. I was like, nah, I don't want to watch this junk. I want the I like the film noir ones, like the Postman Always Rings Twice, or um, what's that one with the phone call and he's got to find the antidote because he's been poisoned or something. What's the name of that one? I can't remember the name of it. The ones like that are really, kind of, I don't know, something about those. Plus, the guys are always handsome in those. And they have those cool pants they used to wear in the 40s, the guys. Although, like, I always wondered about with those movies, like, the guys, their asses are so flat. It's like, what the hell? They have no ass. Bunch of flat asses, but I like how the pants hang. They hang really nice, except for the flat asses. Yeah, like Victor Morrow, I think he's in some. Is that the right name? No, Victor Mature. Victor Mature or Mature, whatever his name is. Um, yeah, I love those film noir movies. Um, but yeah, so I didn't even finish watching that one because I was like, oh brother, I don't even like this. This is goofy. Um, I suppose I should have been impressed that there was a female detective in it, but I was not because I like the traditional femme noir with the femme fatale and you know, all that kind of hard boiled detective and all that kind of stuff. When I want to watch a film noir, I want to watch a film noir, not some cheap imitation. So then I didn't finish watching that, and I what did I watch? Oh, and then the movie um I Passed for White, that was from 1960. I watched that movie, and it's so I guess if I wait long enough, I feel like I haven't seen a movie before that really I have seen. Because I was thinking, I don't think I've seen this before. And as I'm watching it, it's like, I don't think I've seen this before. And then after a while, then it's like, oh, I've seen this before. But kind of had me, um, man, I was getting frustrated. I was getting frustrated with that chick. It's like, would you stop lying? It's just you're digging a whole deeper hole. It's like you need to stop. Stop lying. Ugh. And it had James, what's his name? James Franciscus in it. He's handsome. Although his hair looks really goofy in that movie. The back of it, it's like, what the heck? It's like he has a wig on or something in the back. It's so stiff and it's cut really short in a weird way. Like, what they did to your hair, man? Glad you grew it out, or they tapered it better in the late '60s, because it looked like shit in the back in this one. But I noticed something I didn't notice in that movie before. Hey, View, thank you. That what he does in the beginning with the cat, I'm like, what is wrong with you? He takes the cat and he's like holding the scruff of the neck of the cat, but he's like holding the scruff and pulling back. I'm like, and the cat was getting irritated. I'm surprised that really on the set that the cat didn't just scratch the hell out of him, because that's what any of my cats would have done if I did that to them, and they loved me. But that's not a good feeling. I mean, I would grab the scruff of their neck, like if like if I had to give them certain medicines or whatever, if that would help me keep them still. I would do it in a certain way, because it's kind of like where the mother cat will pick up the kittens, so it kind of like establishes, I'm the boss. I love you. I'll treat you nicely, but I'm the boss. So I will do that sometimes, or I'll do that just sometimes, like, so they know, like I'm about to do something that I gotta like wipe your eye or whatever, and I just want you to hold still. Um, but not holding it. Oops, something just fell. Not holding it as hard as he was holding it, and then tugging back so the cat's ears went back. I was like, that's abusive. So I was like, why would she want to be with that man anyway? Because if he's going to be like that with that cat, he's going to be that way with you. And then he seemed like he was really James Franciscus character. He seemed like he was really a mama's boy in a bad way. Um and really like ruled by his family in a bad way. Like if his mother said it, then he's like, yeah, let's do it, because my mother says, oh, that's a great idea. His father hardly said anything. His father hardly gave any ideas. It was all the mother. I'm like, okay, that looks like a problem to me. That's somebody you don't want to marry. I don't know. It was weird. So I was like, girl, your eyes are definitely closed. You're not paying attention. And you think the issue is that you're passing for white? And he's going to find out, no, your issue is that you married into that family, period. You need to find another white boy to marry. Because that one, he looks like an abuser. It's really weird watching that movie now, how I never noticed that before. Wish I could remember when I first saw it, because I didn't notice that. I don't think I really like James Franciscus being in that character either, because like I always pictured him kind of as a nice guy, and he really was kind of an asshole in a it kind of like wouldn't have come out necessarily that he was an asshole if it weren't for the situation, I guess. But he was privileged, he came from money, and he wasn't leaving that money either. And there was a way he expected his wife to be, and he was in all this hurry to get married. I'm like, that was stupid too. It's like, you don't know this girl. How are you going to just like suddenly just marry her and say you don't need to know anything else about her? It's like, yeah, you need to know a lot about her. There's a lot you need to know about her. But it was interesting to see how they um the dialogue and how they handled the subject matter. And I just had a feeling that like all the actors, specifically the main ones, were kind of um I don't know. I think James Franciscus might have been one of those people who had like marched, with Dr. King. I think I remember seeing something about that. I think so. I feel like some of the actors there they were really down because down like they were with it. We want to highlight this subject or whatever and racism and whatever and and that was a big deal to be in a movie like that back then. To even make a movie like that back then. So it was interesting. And I just keep coloring the flowers. So that was my movie watching today. And I haven't really been, well, of course, watching TV or anything much this year. And I actually have some TV shows that I probably that I need to watch still. Like I haven't seen the last season of Succession on HBO or Max as they're now called. I really want to see that, but now it's like I feel like the thrill is gone because like it's over now. So, but I don't know. I may wait till the summer to actually just binge watch it, or maybe I'll do that like in I don't know. I just keep finding other things that come to me to do first before that, and I guess I have a hard time relaxing. So I can like it's like I need to have something to do where I what happened to this? What's this doing? Okay. I need to have something to do where I can just, you know, get up and leave it and then come back and pick it up because I'm always multitasking. So watching, a TV show doesn't really I suppose I should get more in the habit of just watching one episode and then go do stuff. But I don't know, there's something about binge watching that just I don't know, feels good. I don't know. Like to have your I don't know, just feels good. Cozied up on the couch, got your snacks, and I just kind of zone out on them. And I always kind of did that. I used to do that with movies. I would watch one movie after the other after the other. I'd pick a day to be movie day, and I would just watch one movie after the other after the other after the other. And I'd write in between, or during, or I'd sketch in between or during. Those ideas would come to me while I was watching. A lot of doodling, quote unquote, doodling. I just went out the line. Where's the nun to slap my wrist? Okay. So this thing is getting a little dull, but I don't know why, but this doesn't seem, this green, whatever's in the pigment, it doesn't, I like that it kind of is, muted and it feels like metallic pencils. It's leaf green, but it feels like it has that same kind of thing that metallic pencils have in them that keep them from being. They don't do. Their sharp is really like a hard sharp, and when it's blunt, it doesn't go on as smoothly or something. If I'm describing that right. Um. So. Blah blah blah. So yeah, so I did a lot of stuff today. Laundry, stripped the bed, washed all that, washed blankets and everything. Cleaning the bathroom. That's kind of like a longer thing because now I'm cleaning out the bathroom vanity cabinet, the inside. Um, and yeah, that's like it was more than I thought I was gonna encounter in there. So that's carrying over into tomorrow. That job. I said no, there's no way you can do that all today. So I did part of it, and I also did the floor um, on one side of the bathroom because I don't want to do the other side because with what I got to do with the vanity, yeah, I'm gonna wind up doing the floor again anyway. So I'm gonna do that side of the bathroom floor tomorrow. Tomorrow. Probably shouldn't have made that the same green, but I'll darken it up or whatever later. So, got an order from Amazon today that like I can, and can I stop ordering from Amazon? Is there a way, possibly a way for that to happen? I really need to I don't know. But then I don't really go out shopping to the store very much. So for anything but um groceries and allergy medicine. So, um but I had there were two books that I had that found that I ordered to hopefully read or review in December, and like it's so bad. I'm just itching to read them now, but I can't because I have too much other work to do as far as reading stuff. But man, I want to read them now. Um, but I'm gonna, yeah, maybe I'll exercise restraint. I have to because I have a lot of stuff for 9 to 5 work stuff to do. So, but so I got those, and I also ordered a weighted. I ordered a full, a queen size weighted blanket, because I had a little one that was like for a twin size, and I was just using it just for me. But I kind of think it's gonna help my husband to have one, and so I just got a queen size one. We'll see how he likes it. I love it. I'm to the point where I can't sleep without it. Um, there's just something about it. I don't know. It's like weighted blanket. Where have you been all my life? So that's on the bed. Got that out and put that on the bed. I want the pale green. And let's see what else. Oh, I was talking about what I did today. I was clean the bathroom. Um, and what's that? Oh, there it is. Okay. And I made grape juice. Oh, that's not the right green. Oh, well. It's going to be now. I don't know which one that was. It's going to be different. It's going to be it now. Too late. We'll cover it up somehow because I really don't care. I don't know why that would be that. We'll put some variation in them later. Let me see that. There's my eraser notes here. There's one or two, one or two. So let's see what else. Not much on YouTube other than movies are thrilling me today. This week even, I'm just kind of like over it. I don't know. These people fussing about various things and whatever. It's like, you know what? There's like some serious shit going on in the world. Who's got time for that? I don't. I'm not interested. That's how I feel about it. Oh yeah, what else I did today? I did something I haven't done before, and I made um grape juice out of Concord grapes. And I have a juicer that I've had. I think I've had it for like 10 years or something, but after the initial time when I began using it, I didn't use it anymore because it was kind of messy. And I think, what was I making with it? I can't remember what I was making with it, but it was really like a lot to clean it with whatever I was juicing. And I don't know, I can't remember what I was juicing. I think like green stuff, like kale and green apples and I don't know, carrots or whatever. All I know is it was really messy to clean up, and I didn't like that. Um, and I got a relatively inexpensive juicer because I wanted to see, is this juice thing for me? And it really isn't because like I like my pulp. I need my pulp, so I like eating the whole vegetable or the whole fruit, not just the juice. Um, yeah, so I had it tucked away in the cabinet, and I did this really weird. I don't know why I did it like that. I wonder if I can fix it. But I made a matching, so I guess I'll just leave it. Um, yeah, so I don't like Concord grapes because to me they're only good for making jelly, which and I don't, I'm not gonna make Concord jelly. I'll just go buy, or jam. I'm just gonna go out and buy Welch's. There's Concord jam all over the place, and Concord grapes, like they used to we used to eat them as kids. They always used to make our lips itch, and so I have that memory of it. So I'm thinking, no, they're gonna make my lips itch. And they came in the off the muck box, so that's why um I had them. And because I was so busy last week, I did not, or the past couple weeks, I didn't have time to edit the box so that they wouldn't send me Concord grapes. And I had a feeling they were going to have that in there again, but I didn't have time to go in and change it before the delivery cutoff or whatever. And so there were Concord grapes in the box. I was like, oh, brother, now what? And I did eat some, and they're just, I don't, why are they problematic to eat? Is it because, like, I'm so used to eating seedless grapes now? That might be why. But like they're annoying, and they don't have just one seed; they have several, and so it's like, okay, so I got this thing. Okay, we're back to the talk again. The braces, trying to manipulate those seeds in my mouth when I have braces is like really, and I have this what do they call it? a a bite block or whatever. I have a bite block behind my two front teeth, which is why I'm lisping when I talk. Um, and so yeah, it's just really, I don't know. I can't. My tongue can't hit the roof of my mouth towards the front of my teeth because my tongue hits those bite blocks because they're right behind my front teeth. So and they have a split between it. I don't know how they put this in, but it's almost like I have I don't even, it's almost like they put fangs behind my two front teeth is what it feels like. So I can't manipulate the grape seed with that. And these grapes seem to have like 3 seeds at least per grape. And it's like no, 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 no. They don't make my lips itch, which is good. So that must have just been something like whatever they were spraying their grapes with or the type of grapes or something back then. But Yeah, with all those seeds, they're not enjoyable to eat, and it's too hard to eat. And because the skin is hard on the Concord grapes, I'm getting rid of I don't know, I can't separate the seed from the skin. So I thought, you know what? I don't think my husband's going to eat these fast enough to merit me just letting them sit here, and they're just going to go bad. So let me make juice out of them. So I took out my juicer the other day just to inspect it and see how it was. And then today, in between doing laundry, if that's interesting, I juiced. I juiced the Concord grapes. And then I was trying to fill up a quart jar, a mason quart jar, and it was almost full, but not quite. It was like 3/4 full. So I had a couple apples that like they were looking a little bit funky, and I have other apples that look fine. So I sliced up, chopped up those 2 apples, and I juiced those with the I juiced those after the grape juice. So like the thing basically I didn't clean the grape stuff out of the juicer after juicing the grapes. I just then went in and juiced the apple like right after it. So and mixed it with the grape juice. So that's in my fridge. It tastes good. So I got a quart out of like I think it might have been a pound of grapes. I have to double check. I have to see if they let me see what they sent me, because they also sent me some greens and I don't even know what they are. They're not labeled. It's like I think it's arugula, but because it's fresh, I don't know. It just looks weird. I don't know what it is. Something green. Um, it's just coming along for a page I didn't really want to color. I looked at it and I was like, oh, that looks kind of boring. Um, but it also drew me too because of those zinnia peony things. And I have to do this other one, don't I? Am I using the right green? I don't know. I don't know how long these color pencils are gonna last because I like using them, and I have a feeling I'm just gonna be using them up. It's like I don't even want to go and like use those whatever they're called, Ever, whatever they are. I don't want to use any other ones. I really like these. So let's see what else it is. So I juiced, and then taking care of the dog. He's going in and out, in and out, in and out. It was a nice sunny day today, and it's weird. He won't use the pet door to go out anymore, but he will come in through the pet door. And I want him, especially before wintertime, to really get back into using the pet door. But then there's this whole thing where, like, I'm not sure, is it because he's no longer able to use the pet door, like something in his abilities with his eyesight or his legs or hips or something? Or is it just that, he figures if he stands there, we'll open it for him. So what does he need to use the pet door for? Yeah, I really kind of wish my husband would kind of work on training him again, or checking out that the status of that to figure that out. Because I wind up leaving the door open so that he will go out when he's ready to go out, and like it's getting cold. And when it's not getting cold, when it was warm, it's like, flies in my house. No, if there's flies in my house, I won't cook. I won't cook until they're all dead and cleaned up. Nope, nope, nope. I mean, I know I live in the country, but no, no flies, no flies, no bugs, and God forbid if another one of them big critters come in like that garden wasp, garden, what is it, garden, what is that thing called? Um, the thing that's bigger than a wasp, garden, it came in our house one day. I never knew of one before, knew what it was or whatever, and it came in the house. I can't even remember the name of the thing. Um, but it's the like there's the bees, then there's the wasps, then there's that other thing, hornet. That's the word, hornet, garden hornet. Yeah, yeah. I don't want things like that coming in my house. So I don't want to leave the door open. Um, that just freaks me out. Losing heat and or air conditioning or whatever. It's just. But again, this is one of the things that you have an older pet and have it was unexpected, and you know they got to do what's good for them. So I say, God, take care of the heating bill, please, because I'm trying to take care of your little creature here. He has a cataract. I think he has cataracts in both eyes, but one is something that isn't a cataract, and it's blue, and it's something that dogs just they get. But I don't remember what they said it was called. But then he also has a cataract too, and I guess they say it's not really worth it to try and get them removed in dogs. And I just feel bad because, like, he's going to lose his eyesight. And I can tell he's losing his eyesight. He's lost his depth perception, which is one reason why I don't want to force him out of to go out the pet door unless, I want to, I don't know if he's able to really see or not. So that's why it's like, okay, well, I'll just leave the door open until I can figure out if he can see and take some time to train you to go out again. I did try to train him to go out again a couple times, and it just didn't work. He was like, "No, what are you doing? No, I'm not doing that." So I don't know. I'm just kind of used to having a different kind of dog because we live in the country and the dogs just run. They just live. They hang out. And they're somewhat like independent. Our animals have always been that way out here, and like my neighbor's dogs too, because like my neighbor's dogs would like at a regular time they'd come and walk down the road, the side of the road, and come visit me. So I'd be out in the yard, and like there'd be other people's dogs there too, just kind of hanging out. Then they all get treats at the same time, that kind of stuff. That was kind of fun. Um, So yeah, I'm not used to having like a dog that's kind of like really totally house, not as independent or whatever. Um I'm not used to that kind of thing. But I mean, I adjust. I see what he needs and adjust. And how am I gonna find that same blue? This looks kind of purplish, but I don't. Should we test? Does it matter? Does it really matter? It's only a coloring page. What else did I do today? Oh, that's really like purple. Let's just say, oh, because it says deep purple. Go figure. Smoke on the water, fire in the sky. That was way off key. I'll go over it with a blue. What else did I do today? Laundry, juiced grapes, stripped the bed, remade the bed. Um, did I clean the bathroom? I think there's something else I did today. Oh, yeah, because I'm doing, by the inspiration of Sir Blondie Locks, I decided to once again attempt NaNoWriMo, the novel writing month thing, where November is like, novel writing month. Now, I already knew I wasn't going to write a novel because I got a short attention span. So I said novella. We're aiming for novella length. And I started late. Um, and how many words am I at? I'm like at 8,000 words, I think. And I'm pushing along. I'm kind of like I'm. If I get 10,000 words, I'm gonna call that a victory. Um, and I'm just, that's kind of what I'm aiming for. But I'm really close to 10,000 words, so maybe I should aim for 15. But no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna aim for 10. I'm not gonna be finished with it after. Yeah, that's what I need to aim for. Is not to be finished with it just because the novel writing month is over, to try and to stay in a practice of working on it, but I can already feel like I need to switch to a different stage other than pushing words out. I need to sit back and, just like you do with a coloring page or a painting, drawing, where you kind of step back and look at it. I feel the need to do that. I'm resisting it right now because I'm in the I want to do that, push the words out mode. I'm gonna stick with that. But yeah, I'm really um yeah, because I don't know. I don't know. I want to let it be whatever it is, but things need care. They kind of need nurturing to become that. So um that made no sense probably. I don't know why I'm talking so much lately. I am kind of attributing it to me missing my friend, because we would have random conversations like this all the time. All the time. And out of the blue. Then we understood what the other one was saying. Really bizarre. It's like I knew he was a precious friend, but it kind of was like in some kind of way I didn't realize just how special that was. That I really had experienced something special with his friendship, which is actually, thinking back now, it's kind of nice. It was painful um, last year at the prospect of losing him, but now when I look, it's like, wow, that was pretty special. I'm glad I treated him right. I'm glad we treated each other right, because it was really special. Yeah. And I'm trying not to talk to his wife right now because, well, I've been praying about it, like how much to talk with her, because she's got to heal. Because let me tell you, like, I knew when we actually went on a double date with somebody that, like, you know, that is not who I'm married to. Um, but one reason why I knew he wasn't somebody for me to marry was how he reacted to my friend's interaction with the woman who became his wife. They and I'm not going to say what they're doing because that's like too descriptive. It wasn't anything bad at all. It was really funny and silly, and they kept doing it, and I was just they were laughing, and I couldn't stop laughing either. And we were all laughing except for the guy that I was on a date with. And that's how I knew, oh, brother. Like, no, there's no way I'm marrying you. If you don't find this funny, if you're not joyful about this, no, no, no. You are not my people. And so that was my first time really spending time with her, the woman who became his wife, and then I was like, oh yeah, she's the one. That's the one. And yeah, so I yeah, she needs time. I just pray, and I'll know the right time to like hang out with her because like I didn't want to be too invasive or really pushy because she's got a lot of stuff to she's had a lot of stuff to do. First of all, the care for him while he was sick, coming down from that, from all of that like daily um mental and physical work of trying to figure out what to do, then doing it, then getting there, dealing with insurance companies, brother, which is a big full-time job, pain in the ass all by itself, um, just like so much. And then getting, like, um, I hate to say it that way, but like getting rid of his stuff, like liquidating his equipment and things because he was a musician. And that's how we actually first, that's how we met, because we played in a band together. And um, yeah, so a lot of stuff to do. And I just want to allow her to go through that process because it's just like, I can't even imagine to be there in that house where she was with him, to be there every day and see him everywhere, but he's not there. I just can't even imagine that. And so I pray a lot for her, and she knows I told her, you need anything, just just all you have to do is just say boo, I'm there. So and we're both kind of, I don't know, we're kind of, the three of us were kind of alike. And actually, me and her are really alike in a lot of ways, that we like our space. Um, we don't like people to be all up in our face and all that. And we need time, and we're very analytical people. And um, yeah, so I sense that like she doesn't need me to be up in her face all the time, and she doesn't need. I don't want to be the person like the minute I'm with her, I'm gonna want to talk about him, and maybe that's gonna be the time when she needs to just kind of not think about that, because she's got to think about it every second she's in the house. And so I don't feel like I could be with her and not talk about him. And so I feel like I should not, I need to watch my time interacting with her because I don't want to grieve her while she's, working through this whole thing. But it's like we're bonded for life because she married him. It's like he was he was kind of like my brother, but not like my brother. There's something else. I don't even know what you would call it. Um, like a non-romantic, non-sexual soulmate. I've never heard of such a thing, but I don't know, that's the only way I know how to describe it. Because we were seriously bonded. And I didn't realize how much, really. Um, I didn't realize how much until he got sick. That was all I could think of, like, every day for that entire time. Was like my life revolved around that. When I couldn't be with him, especially because it was during the pandemic, which that was ridiculous. I had to decide, should I be with him and possibly kill him, or it was like, that was so awful. I was saying, God, why? Why did it have to be like, why? Why? Because it's the kind of thing, like, I would have been there like 24/7 all the time. But because we didn't live near each other, I couldn't. And then also, that was the same time when they, at first I thought I would be like, wouldn't be working anymore because, because was shut down and everything. With there being like less work and whatever, I thought, okay, well, now I won't be working anymore. So that's what I had thought. And this was before I knew he was sick, before he found out he was sick. So I thought I was going to have all this time. So I was making plans for research I was going to do and all this other kind of stuff. And then they called me back and said at the last minute and says, well, we'd like you to do this. And when they called me back, I eventually wound up working full time, which I had never intended. And I've been working full time ever since. Thanks the Lord for it, because it's helped a lot. It's paying for my braces. But yeah, so all that happened while he then finds out he's sick, and whereas before, if I wasn't working, I could have gone there and stayed there, a couple days out of the week or whatever, lighten the load for his wife and stuff and give her time to do other stuff. But that's not how it happened. I mean, I fully expected if anything happened to either of us that, we would be there through the whole thing. And that's not what happened. And that was one of the many things I had to like come to terms with and just accept that I couldn't be there and that it just wasn't for me to be there, which, kind of doesn't make sense to me, but I accept that that is the way that it was supposed to be, and I can't. I'm not going to second guess God on that, because if I was supposed to be there, I would have been there. So, I miss them. And how long did I talk about that? I guess you can tell I do miss them. Second time. Da 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 da. I really don't want to add more of this green to it, but look what I'm doing it. If I didn't want to, I should really stop. Really, I should. Oh yeah, I was talking about ordering from Amazon. So yeah, so I got the stuff that I ordered from Amazon. I got that today. I ordered that stuff, what, Thursday or something like that. And was it yesterday or today? I finally like got it figured out in my head. In part, I think from talking on my live yesterday with a view that I need oil paint pens. That's what I need. I need oil paint pens. And so, I don't know, like simple things. Like, it's like, I don't know. Like, I should have known that before, but I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have. I don't know. But anyway, so I went looking for oil paint pens that have brush. tips, and I found some, and so I ordered them. More supplies, but they are different, and I don't know, I just felt like, you know what? You need to get these. Um, and I might show you one reason why in a minute. I'm feeling curious about other mediums. I'm feeling curious about um, mixed media on a coloring page, um, mixed media on who knows what. No. I feel like I'm going somewhere that I don't know where I'm going. And I'm feeling my way through because I really like this brown on here. What would happen if I added more? Would that be bad? What if I added some in other places? Because I really like that brown. I love browns. It's called chocolate. Can't go wrong with chocolate. So yes, I ordered 2 different sets of paint pens because I think the tips may be slightly different with them. One might be slightly fatter than the other. And I want options. So yeah. Oh, and then you know the other thing I did today, Kim and Coloring View do playing with AI with Chat GPT to see if it would create a coloring page image for me. And I don't know why I did that. I guess I just wanted to see what it would come up with, which is a lot of what people playing around in there were just doing is seeing, well, what happens if I do this? Um, but there's something with it that also I can't figure out because I was trying to take the images that it created and print them on a coloring page, and I couldn't figure out how to do that. I mean, print them on on a piece of paper, 8.5 by 11, and I couldn't figure out how to get it to do that because I wanted it to fit the whole page, and those images printed it as little PNG files. So it's like, oh brother, we're gonna have to do this whole conversion thing, but then it won't save. It won't let me edit. It won't let me edit the file. Like if you go into the properties thing on Windows, it won't let me edit the file to be, like a PDF or something like that. It won't allow that. So I'm like, okay, now what do I do? And then I'm thinking, oh brother, I don't need to be going down this rabbit trail for this thing because like I'm not really, I just did that because I was playing around. I wasn't really trying to. I mean, I don't need to. I go through all that trying to do that kind of stuff for my 9 to 5. I don't want to be doing it for anything else because it takes up so much time. What do I do to get this open? What do I do to get this to do that? So let me show, like, these aren't the ones I shared. And this is one of the, oh, I didn't get the other one. I guess that was part of the problem too. This is another one, excuse me. Oh, that it printed for me. And it's pretty funny. I'm trying to figure out what this thing in the background is. Looks like a penis head. Kind of funny. Yeah, that person that it tried to make back there looks like Elephant Man or something. I don't know. It's really weird. But I can't remember what the prompt was, but it was something create an adult coloring page that has for someone who likes flowers, who likes images of flowers, people, and abstract images. And so this is what it did. And I'm like, why do these people have these like thick lines around them? I don't know. It's kind of weird. Everything is so tiny. Very strange. Kind of interesting though how they did the back. Hmm. And they have the lines over here. That's kind of interesting. Everything else about it is trash. Then they did this one over here, which is actually kind of nice, but it's cut off. I can't get it to print entirely on the page. And then I think it was how I did my prompt too, that it put two to a page because it says give me two images that have that criteria, and so it did a side by side, and I'm like, well, I wonder why it did that. It's because of what I said that um I thought it would create one image and then create another image, but instead it created two images side by side. Um, this one kind of isn't bad, but then again, they do this weird thing where like part of it has this really dark outline, and I'm like, why is it doing that? I wonder what is in the script or whatever that causes it to do that. So, yeah, so I wanted to figure out how to make these bigger, and I can't figure out how to make these bigger without going through too many hoops. Just curious. Excuse me. What time is it? Why am I yawning like this? It's either lack of oxygen or not enough oxygen, or I probably should go to bed. I'm probably tired because I did a lot of stuff today. And sometimes I don't know when to stop, is the problem. And yeah, that's not a good thing. Okay, so I gotta figure out what color to do those guys. And I don't really want to do brown. I kind of wish I had more coffee, but it's kind of late for coffee. Oh, yeah, I haven't been watching too much Beef Sector on YouTube because I don't know. I don't know. What's on there is boring me. It's like I don't really care. I mean, it's too much fussing. It's like really, I don't know. Too much fussing, not enough joy. Excuse me. And I need more joy and less fussing. There's enough fussing everywhere. Um, Hour 23 minutes. I guess I'm still going. Oh, I could. Oh, yeah, I don't feel like showing that. So I've been doing some things with markers, particularly in this book, the Maria Troll. Um, and I've been doing it on. I'm using. I'm using the black background pages to experiment on because I don't like them. I don't like the black background pages really. And so I'm like, yeah, those are going to be my experimental pages because I don't like those. And so I experimented with this one. I think I'm just talking basically just to, I don't know, to give people something to listen to, that it doesn't matter what they're listening to. That pretty much fits what I'm saying. So I did this one with watercolor pencils, which I hadn't really used before. I still have to finish it, but like, as you can tell, I'm not in a hurry. And I'm not. And then, well, since we're showing, we might as well show. I did these. I think I might have done them. I started this one this week. And I think I finished it Thursday. And then, I did this one yesterday, I think. Or maybe this was Thursday. I don't know. I did it like late in the week though. Excuse me. And I use the Ohuhu. For this one, I use the Ohuhu watercolor pens. And I was trying to play around with trying to figure out technique with them. Because I'm trying to figure out technique with watercolor pens. Um, so yeah, so that's what I did there. And I like how I did this. I don't like how I did the middle. I was trying to get the middle to look like how like I see a peony kind of has, but like it kind of messed it up. But I don't care because, like I said, I don't like these black background pages really. I kind of like this flower though. But yeah, so I was playing with technique with the watercolor pens. Trying to get the lighting better. And I did the owls, and I don't have like the white spaces is actually the blank page, and I didn't want to mess with it anymore because I feel like that makes them look like owls look. So I haven't colored in on there, and I don't know if I'm going to or not because I like the owls look like they have owl feathers. Um, then I have to figure out what I'm going to do with this part. I don't know if I want to waste gel pens on this or not, but I might. To well, as long as I'm like not use the jelly rolls, but just use regular gel pens. I don't know. Maybe I'll do that. Oh, sure. Yawning again. I probably need to go to bed. Mm. And oops, I see where I didn't finish this guy behind there. I don't really like the stripes on the leaves. And I might actually go over this with colored pencil because it was hard trying to do this. But it does have the lines drawn in them. You know, that's what the drawing is like. So I thought, well, let me just then I'll do them different colors, but I don't really like that. I feel like it takes away from the flower. So yeah, I might go over them with colored pencil. Excuse me. Can't stop yawning. This guy. Okay, experiments with this one. I'm not sure you can tell, but like somehow, oh, I initially went over. I started these with the leaves with these guys. My first attempt at like paint pens. Um, and they had a metallic green. So these are water-based, non-toxic, odorless, permanent, waterproof. Okay, so I used the metallic green, and then that kind of turned into kind of a little mess, but I was experimenting again, so I didn't worry about it. But I had gone over the line on here because for some reason it started getting a glob in the tip of the pen at the side. And it's like, oh my gosh, I can't make it go back in. It's got to go out. What do we do with it? And then I wipe it off or whatever. But anyway, it had done this going over the line before I noticed it was doing that weird glob thing. So it's just got layers of pencil and then another layer of um, the gel pen on top. Because by the time I did the pencil thing, the lines that were originally in the coloring page were gone. So I just said make it work. I don't know if it works or not, but like I'm done with it. So the other thing that I did was I was trying. Oh, and that's what I was getting to with the gel pen down here. I was trying. It started here where I was trying to outline with black wherever something had gone too far over or something like that. And there were some spots where it looked really cool because it made it look like a shadow. Like if you look at that one, I think you can kind of see it. This one and this one. So I tried to make that happen, but in some places, it seemed like it would only blend in with the background and not give any notice of the kind of shadow. I need water. I need water. Yeah, I should take a vitamin C. That might be good. So, yeah, so I was experimenting with that because I liked that effect. And that actually would make me kind of like these black background pages if I could do that. That like has some potential to it. So I didn't want to use or did I try to use? Yeah, I didn't want to use these. Try that. Although I thought about it, but I didn't want to do it for some reason. Um, I still might try because this is kind of like a scab page. Because I want to see what will make that black stand out. And I didn't want to use the jelly rolls either. Because I didn't want it to stand out that much, but just enough so you have a hint of a shade and shadow. You'll see now it seems like in certain lights I see it more than others. I don't know. So anyway, another page. I think it's in Summer Night. And it's all fun that I ugh, decided it was going to be my page to do this one. I decided this is going to be my acrylic and or oil paint pen page. I'm gonna excuse me with my smacking and all that. That's what I'm gonna use on here. Maybe not entirely, but I think I'm gonna use it on the butterfly and see how that works. I don't know. I decided I'm doing that with this page. While we're in here, I might do it with that one too, but it might be too big. I don't know. And that's where I worked on this page a little bit. I used the Caran d'Ache blender up in here. You can tell. You can tell that some parts look shiny. Oh, yep. There you go. That little beep in the middle. Because I didn't know which pen did which, but I was using both. And when I started using the one that makes it gleamy first. And then it's like, I don't really want this page to be gleamy, so I stopped using it and started using the other one. And I also put in some gray pencil in here and kind of smooth that out too. I still have to decide what color to make these guys. The pods. And they look like poppy pods. But I'm kind of liking this page. So this is my first experiment in a coloring page with using watercolor brush pens as a background, as a base. I used the gray. and colored over it. And that is that. And I'm at 1 hour and 35 minutes, so I think I'm gonna stop there. It's almost 11. Oh, I need to go to bed. Oh, I feel like I still want to do some work, but I really should make myself go to bed so I don't wear myself down. I have, um, in that Off the Muck box, they sent me a huge head of cabbage, green cabbage, and with those leaves on there, they're like perfect for making, stuffed cabbage leaves, glopkies or whatever they're called. So that's what I'm thinking about making. If I make that, it's like, might not be doing Thanksgiving dinner because I may need to put a lot of effort into those, and I might be too tired to do anything else. And with that big of a head of cabbage, it's going to make a lot. So I don't know, but I gotta figure out what I'm gonna fill them with. So I gotta do a little research with that. So yeah, I kind of don't want tomato sauce on them. I don't know why. It would be good for me, but I'm kind of feeling like I don't want to do a tomato sauce. And I'm not sure what to stuff them with. If I want to, I'm not sure that I want to stuff them with meat. Although I took out ground pork to put in them. Um, I thought about doing a combination of some of the cabbage shredded up with caramelized onions and then the ground pork. I also thought about pickling some red onions and then having the caramelized regular onions with the ground pork and a little bit of the cabbage. But that sounds like too much work, so I probably won't do that. Um, but we'll see. I'll do something with it. Yeah, I'll probably let y'all know because I seem to be on here an awful lot lately. So that's it for me tonight. I hope you enjoyed the live and the replay. If you catch it on the replay, um, and have a good Saturday night. And bye bye.